In this second video tutorial for the mouth, I am doing what was called the first painting at my academy. It is in this stage that you give the three-dimensionality of a realistic painting. The first stage, the local color, was a bit like painting by numbers. For the first painting, it is still a bit like painting by numbers, but in this case, I am adding more hue and more value and applying glazes over the previous layer. Let me know in the comments if you would like a video explaining the different methods of how to paint a realistic portrait or figure. I posterized the reference picture in GIMP with 10 color this time. This picture, like all of my references, are available on my Discord under Studio Process. The model is a detail from Méditation 1901 from my favorite painter, the French master Bouguereau. For those of you who are new to the channel, I like to work with a limited palette: titanium white, yellow ochre, cadmium orange, alizarin crimson, raw umber, and ivory black. To these regulars, I add cerulean blue for the sky background and vermilion for the high red chroma. If you are wondering what the heck is a chroma, go check my video on color theory. Even better, take my Patreon tier where you can have a private 1-hour session with me on Zoom once a month, and I will explain everything you need to know to be able to paint like your favorite master. There will be some small shapes that will be lost by the software when posterizing it. However, I know that these shapes were an indication of the new layers to be applied. I also went quite thin with my layers in a few chosen places. Experience leads me to choose what shapes and hues to be shown through my transparent layers. On my reference picture, you can see bubbles or peninsulae in some area. You can paint them per se if you want. I personally think it is GIMP's way to render soft edges, and I would not paint them for a more naturalistic rendering. However, the choice is yours. In this stage, and I would dare say in all stages, you must be careful with your edges. Keep them soft. We like clear boundaries when painting, but it works against us. Sharp edges attract the viewer's eyes and work against all of your hard work, giving the illusion of form on a two-dimensional canvas. Keep a few hard edges where it matters, where you want to attract the viewer's eyes. Be like a magician and manipulate your paint like you would perform a magic trick. Do not reveal everything. Keep a few secrets, and your painting will look gorgeous. Here I am repainting my darks. Even though the previous layer was fine, I like to apply fresh paint everywhere. I think it is easier to blend my edges with wet paint rather than drag fresh paint on a dry surface. When painting a mouth, use your highest chroma red with care. As you can see, the brightest reds appear where our light values transition toward the darks and are very tiny in shape. In the portrait, the area under the chin is usually of a lower chroma and value since the nose and the mouth are casting a shadow. In a classical portrait, we want the eyes of the model to be in the light. However, it is in the mouth that you will find often the highest chroma with these bright vermilion reds. The only exception are people with blue or green eyes. I think this is why I find them very beautiful. You can now see me applying pure vermilion for these high chroma reds. For the rest of the lips, I am mixing a pink hue of a much lower chroma than vermilion. As a realist painter, you have several tools to do your magic. The easiest way to give the illusion of form to a two-dimensional canvas is your value scale. But if you master your chroma scale, you are going up a notch in your painting journey. When I am done with the mouth, I paint a highlight on her chin and beside the nose. Please take note that these highlights are quite dark in value compared to the highlights on the forehead or on a nose. Since my darks are of a warm temperature, my highlights will be cool. Yet another thing to think with hue, value, and chroma. Temperature. In a portrait or figure painting, keep your shadow warm and your light cool. No wonder figure painting is so hard. If you have the chance to work from a live model, you could take a photo of your model and filter it in your favorite photo editor. This could help you simplify your choice of colors and make your painting life a lot simpler. Do not hesitate to use technology in your artistic journey. I know some old masters that did. For example, Vermeer, the artist behind Girl with a Pearl Earring, used the camera obscura to help him in his art. We are getting to the end of the video. The next step will consist of working the corners of the mouth and adding a few layers on top of this work. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and consider joining my Patreon for more in-depth lessons and one-on-one guidance. And your comments are always welcome. Happy painting!